Oh my goodness, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I would really suggest you, I would strongly suggest you to smudge your home at the beginning of this week. I'm talking about the week in between the 6th and the 12th of February 2023. You are gonna be very sensitive when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to you being open-minded, when it comes to you being highly intuitive indeed, which means that you are again going to be spiritually open. Now you need to understand that this week is most certainly and most importantly bringing you blessing right at around the end of the week when it comes to the 11th and when it comes to the 12th of February 2023. There is going to be a wonderful surprise that you are going to have. It's going to make you feel so good, it's going to make you feel so happy, it's going to make you feel so excited, and most importantly, my gorgeous Scorpione, it's going to make you feel alive again. You are going to feel something sorry, you are going to feel something which you haven't felt for way too long, and this is going to be a sign, and this is going to be an indication of exactly what is about to come. There is something so ridiculously powerful which is going to take place, and it's going to also make you feel so excited about your future. I'm so happy for you, my gorgeous Scorpione, because on another hand, you're also going to make a really wise choice this week. But before I go there, before I talk about the wise choice and the things that the wise choice that you're actually going to make, I want to continue with what I started this reading with. It's like you need to smudge your home, and that means, for those of you who don't know what a smudging is, it's basically just try to take a dry sage or other herbs which have got a power when it comes to get rid of negative energy, and also when it comes to get rid of like a really kind of stale energy, negative energy, or any kind of bad spirits that could be around. Whether you believe in this or not, you really should be believing this, because we are living in multiple dimensions, and it all depends how spiritually open we are. I'm not saying that you're going to be attacked by the bad spirits or anything like that, but I'm just saying that, if there is a negative energy around, this is going to affect your well-being. If there is a negative energy around, it's also going to affect your way of thinking. If there is a negative energy around, you're not going to be able to open as much as you can spiritually open in order to understand, see, and feel way beyond from what is actually currently happening and going on in your life. This is very important, because you are going to go into this complete psychic mode. And also at the same time, when you go into this complete psychic mode, you are spiritually open, and that means if there are any negative energies around, if there are any negative spirits around, then I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that, but I'm just saying, if there are negative spirits and negative energy around, they can both kind of cause the same thing in your life. So you kind of feel something, but you can't really explain what it is. You see what I mean? So it's just more about being kind of sharper. And also when the bad spirits are also around at the same time, they can affect your energy, they can drain your energy, they can make you feel very negative and you don't know where this is coming from. They can make you feel really tired. So this is why it's so important to use a dry sage, burn it, and walk around your home and say a little affirmation while you're doing it. For example, say a little affirmation, little prayer, whatever you feel like doing. And if you don't feel like doing anything, just absolutely don't, but try to get rid of the negative energy, and this is going to make things so much clearer for you. And also you will see, as soon as you do that, my gorgeous Scorpione, that you may feel a little bit drained and tired after you'd smudge your home with a dry sage, because you are going to be around at the same time you're going to be smudging yourself, and that means that it's going to have an effect on you where you are going to feel extremely maybe tired or drained for just about one day or so. And the more tired you feel after you smudged your home, the more negative energy you had within, the more negative energy went. And you will see after that moment in time, you're gonna shine ridiculously brightly. Your energy is gonna be absolutely like kind of remarkable, and people are gonna notice that you shine. People are gonna say to you like, oh my god, you look remarkable, you look amazing. Oh my god, that happened to me so many times, but it also happened to so many other people who came to me and told me like, you know what I mean, people were coming to me actually and telling me that I shine, and this is why, because you also smudge yourself as well, and that way you will see so much more, you will see things clearly, and you're not going to miss on the little opportunity and the messages that you are going to have throughout this week, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed. So please do try to smudge your home. And also, when I said you are going to make a really, really wise choice, you are going to make a really wise choice, my gorgeous Scorpioni, when it comes to the beginning of this week also. The choice, a wise choice that you are going to make is just really gonna be all about you feeling way too frequently too restrained, you know, because the choice that you're gonna make is like all basically based on you feeling frequently too restrained. And this is brilliant choice that you're gonna make, because it's all about you actually understanding while you're making this choice. By you making this choice, you will understand that it's all about you kind of putting more energy towards something that you're working on already. So this is something that you need to come to terms with, something that you're working on, something that means the world to you, something that means to you so much. This is something that you still need to put so much more of your precious energy towards, and that in itself, it's also going to require from you to maybe carry on a little bit longer on something that you thought that it actually came to an end. But no, baby, no, it did not come to an end. You just have to understand that the tact is really necessary to maintain pace, but at the same time, it's just all about you being completely honest with yourself. Within these days, you are also going to have a bit of a hermit moment as well, where you are going to kind of realize something very specific. You know, it's going to come to the surface, and what is going to come to the surface when you have a hermit mode is just the importance of you being honest with yourself. You will understand, and you will see, and you will realize which part of you, which element of yourself is sticking out, which element of yourself is still working no longer, which part of yourself it's like really kind of has come to an end. And this is something that you need to ignore, and this is something that you need to put and this offering more energy towards something, putting more energy something, is something that you should be actually kind of paying attention to. So this is kind of going to be absolutely obvious to you when you do go and when you do have this hermit mode, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed. And also, so, you know, when it comes to that wise choice, I mean, like, you know, so it's all about you doing something like really important, which is going to release you in so many different ways, but especially when it comes to you feeling way too frequently restrained. You know, my gorgeous Scorpioni, for too long you felt like your hands were tied literally behind your back. You had so much on your mind, and you always have so much on your mind, but now it's time to like really step up and come out of your comfort zone and see from this the beginning of this week, you know, what actually is the most important to you to work on, and why. Also, you need to understand why are you not like you know, making action, or taking action with, you know, certain ideas that you've had. You had so many ideas within the last 2 or 3 months, and so much was on your mind. You know exactly what means to you the most. You know exactly what makes you feel excited. You know exactly what makes you feel really, really happy. But my gorgeous Scorpioni, you can't just like keep that in your mind. You need to bring it out of you, because, you know, there is a lot that started changing in your life, especially within the last year. Within the last year, you realize how much you want to change, and you realized where you are is not maybe where you want to be. But then again, it's okay at the moment, but that moment has been like about a year now. So you just need to start literally moving on with your life. And when I say that you're gonna make this wise choice, my gorgeous Scorpioni, this is all completely connected to this. You're moving on with your life and literally doing the right thing. You know why this life is really interesting as well? you're gonna realize at the beginning of the week also, my gorgeous Scorpioni, you're gonna realize at the beginning of this week, you know, your weakness, it's about to become your strength. Because of your weakness, you are going to be able to identify something so specific here. So your weakness, it's going to play an important role at the beginning of this week. Your weakness, yes, literally your weakness. Your weakness is going to play an important role at the beginning of this week, especially when it comes to you becoming extremely confident about taking something on, about starting something, about a new beginning, about a new stage, you know, in your life. So your weakness, it's going to play absolutely enormous role. So weakness can also in itself be a really, really powerful energy indeed, because your weakness is going to show you that something is wrong, and that in itself is going to point you towards the right direction. And now suddenly something is going to happen when it comes to that weakness that you are going to become aware of, because that weakness, it's going to be primarily responsible for you taking something on, for you starting something, for you wanting to have the new beginning, but at the same time you are going to be ridiculously spiritually open. Remember, you're going to be in a psychic mode, so you're going to understand so much more than you normally understand about yourself, about your life, that you're not going to necessarily be able to explain, but this vibration is going to be rather vivid indeed, and this is going to be a main driving force. So you're going to become ridiculously confident about starting something and about doing something. But then again, this is a really kind of going to it's more about you wanting to accomplish something. There you go. You will really want to accomplish something very specific at the beginning of this week, and on top of that, you're going to become ridiculously confident. It's like a little angel here. You're going to have little wings and fly like a little banana. Absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Scorpioni. And at the same time, it's so you're going to become really confident about achieving something, accomplishing something. And I'm telling you, that is also going to kind of highlight, your respect for the certain knowledge as well. You are going to have this desire at the same time to learn something. So you need to explore something. So you need to find out this a little bit further. And this is all going to stem from you also kind of having a revelation, a really powerful revelation at around the beginning of this week. It's all coming really from you having a revelation, which is going to make so much clear for you, especially when it comes to you. When I say it's going to make so much clear for you, it's more about feeling so strong and solid and confident about knowing exactly which direction in life to go for, which direction in life it's making you feel alive, which direction in life it's good for you, which direction in life it's important for you, which direction in life makes you feel alive. It makes you feel like different to completely everything else. And this is what this psychic energy and vibration is going to actually do. Your eyes are going to be open, my gorgeous Scorpioni, like never before, and almost as if you're going to be in this blaming mode, oh God, I should have done this earlier, I should have done this sooner, what am I waiting for? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Don't blame yourself. You blaming yourself, it's actually a good sign, because you're recognizing exactly where the blockage of energy is, and just by you recognizing this, it's going to start removing itself. And when I say to you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, that you are going to have that you're going to become so confident about this accomplishment, do you know what? In as little as exactly 4 months, I say to you, you're going to become really confident about this success. So in exactly as little as 4 months, so now we are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So exactly in June 2023, there is some kind of a really massive turnaround that you are going to have. A few things are going to speed up, in your life within this stage, within this period, and then something really bombastic is going to happen in June 2023. You will see the direct connection and correlation with everything that was happening in February 2023 right now. So of course that this is going to be really important. And also at around the beginning of this week, this bit of a hermit mode that I mentioned to you earlier. What this hermit mode is also going to reveal. Hermit mode is the time when you just feel like you want to be by yourself, you want want to step back a little bit. You know, sometimes you search for little like a life answers and type of thing. You open a lot spiritually. You think quite a lot, you know. Normally, you're like, oh my God, you've got so much stuck at the back of your mind, you can barely move, my gorgeous Scorpione. So it's like, you know, when you go into the actual hermit mode, you know, there is so much that pops out. There is so much that comes out of you, you know. It's like, oh, you almost like release yourself with the amount of huge energy because you're a thinker, you're extremely deep, and your subconscious mind is like a sponge. So you just like kind of absorb so much in. You more absorb in without realizing that you kind of become aware of things like consciously. You know, seriously, that's how powerful you are. My ascendant is Scorpio, so I absolutely understand you, family. So basically, the hermit mode, what is the hermit mode also going to reveal at around the beginning of this week? It's like so much is happening, it's crazy. But what the hermit mode is also going to reveal at around the beginning of the week, you know, some kind of poor risk with something, some kind of poor risk. So you need to pay attention to this, and it's to do with like maybe finances or money and things like that. Some kind of poor risk, and you should not ignore this whatsoever. You know, this is the sign of a remarkable spiritual guidance that you should not avoid or ignore whatsoever. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Scorpione, something really wonderful and quite amazing it's actually going to happen. At around the midweek, you are going to have that sign. You are going to have a very, very unusual sign, and that sign is like going to be something very, very specific to you. What are you going to be able to understand through this sign? You know, this is going to be really personal, and it's again that situation. If there are like 10 people standing and looking at the same spot, exactly the same spot, you would be the only one who would be able to read this sign, who would be able to understand this omen, this sign. This is going to be a very, very good sign and very good omen that now you are really kind of beginning to understand something. You will, you know, this is your omen and this is your sign that you are beginning to understand something very specific about the world, about your life, about yourself. You know, it's like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And that in itself is also a remarkable sign that you are reaching toward enlightenment. You will understand that you're different to other people, but in the best possible way. You probably understood before that you're different to other people in so many different ways, but now you're gonna kind of, you are gonna have like almost like an enlightening experience when it comes to it, because it's a bit about you reaching towards toward enlightenment, but at the same time you are really kind of going to understand that you are actually really kind of going to overcome a really big obstacle as well, that you overcame a really big challenge. Through that you will understand it's like, oh my God, you know what, I've actually overcome a massive challenge and a massive obstacle in my mind that happened due to someone being really narrow-minded within the last 7 months in my life, and that kind of preoccupied your mind more than you could have possibly imagined. So something happened within the last 7 months, exactly, my gorgeous Scorpione, or exactly 7 months ago, something happened in your life and you were affected in such a way because some little bastard, no, I'm joking, some kind of person you came across like affected you in such a way because you know, something happened, something stemmed in a negative way out of that situation because of someone being narrow-minded. This somehow affected you. So maybe you wanted to do something and someone just couldn't understand what you were doing, and then they just created a little blockage. And this is an important karmic moment because that blockage is something that means to you so much, and you need to get back to this, and you need to carry on with something that someone else just couldn't understand what you were on about and what you were doing. That could have been somebody literally who said to you, don't do something, or it could have been somebody, or it could have been somebody who actually is somebody in your life who's okay, who's a good person, but they just couldn't understand you and they put you off from doing something that you should be actually doing. So it's nothing to do with the person being horrible, evil, vile, no baby, no, but it's just somebody's narrow-mindedness has affected you in such a way where you have created a little blockage in your life, like 7 months ago, and that's a karmic blockage. And what does the karmic blockage means? It means that you're going to have to return this at some stage, so you just have to be honest with yourself. So now you are going to be able to also like kind of return to something that you were like kind of previously started or you wanted to start. And at the same time, you are going to understand really that there is going to be a kind of a very important conversation that you are going to have with somebody very, very soon after this moment in time. And this is something that is going to turn out to be extremely successful indeed. In fact, already by the time you get to the actual at the end of this week, you know, my gorgeous Scorpione, what is actually going to happen, it's like you are already going to be thinking, you're already going to understand that you have been going through some kind of emotional confusion within the last 7 months. You've been going through some kind of emotional confusion, and now you're going to be thinking already how you can come up with a new plan, because also at the same time, you know, you are going to be thinking like that, you know, about certain aspects of your life that makes you feel like kind of disappointed, that makes you feel really unhappy, and that in itself, it's really going to show the power of love in your life, because at the same time, somebody who's so beautiful in your life, somebody who understands you really well, you know, is going to have a really important conversation with you, and you're going to open up so beautifully, and that person is going to open up as well, and it's going to be such an amazing conversation. There is a quite few different things that you're going to find out about yourself, you know, because that person is going to highlight how much you've actually changed, and the certain very special things that you've done over the last year, and the certain thing that you achieved. And this is just going to bring so much of a powerful vibration within you, because when somebody who means to us so much is praising us for the things that we have done, that rings differently, you know. That rings differently than when somebody who doesn't know us, you know. It's beautiful for people to say, oh, you've done really well, you've done this and you've done that, but when it comes to from specific people in your life, it just feels like, oh my God, you feel so content, you feel like really positive energy, and it's especially because it's coming from the people who understand you so well, my gorgeous Scorpione. So this is what's going to happen, really important conversation at around the end of the week, and that is going to mean to you so much, because that particular person is going to understand you, and this is understand exactly what you are talking about, and they are going to have a really, really fantastic and interesting suggestion, and this suggestion is just almost instantly going to feel like, oh my God. And this suggestion is more about how you can start like some kind of plan, how you can carry on with something that means to you so much, you know. And this is like almost as if like it's going to be blessing, another blessing for you, like, oh my God, this means to me so much, because it's coming from somebody who you can trust, and at the same time it's to do with that new plan that is going to give you so much hope and confidence while you're just thinking about it. Because the one thing that is going to be putting you off is like uncertain efforts, but this person is just really going to make you feel so much better about yourself, so you will know literally that you are doing the right thing indeed. So now, my gorgeous Scorpione, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Okay, so what is going to be an oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Scorpione? Let's see. What is going to be an oracle card of the week is bam, bam, bam. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Now, okay, so you have a forgiveness. You see this forgiveness. Now, this is important because you are also kind of still bound by something that happened in between you and somebody else. There is still someone who is like holding you down. There is still someone who you really need to forget to, because it's like kind of blocking your progress. You know, this is important. Whether you believe this or not, in this or not, you should believe in this, my gorgeous Scorpione, because specifically at around the 10th and the 11th of February, at around the 10th and the 11th of February, somebody's gonna pop into your mind, and you're gonna be like, oh, the horrible person. Oh, I can't believe I'm thinking about him. Oh, I can't believe I'm thinking about her. Oh my God, that was such a long time ago, that bastard, and things like that. And you're gonna feel so angry. But now you're also going to realize, like, where on earth I'm thinking about this person now. You need to like really let something go. You really need to let something go. So you possibly can forgive and forget, to that particular person, you know, you are going to release yourself from something very negative, from something really bad, and from something that really prevents the healing energy to take over. And that is, look at this, that is going to lead towards a wisdom. That is going to be very, very wise for you to do, my gorgeous Scorpione, please. That is going to be extremely wise for you to do, because it is going to start the process of change. You're almost immediately going to get on a very, very interesting journey. A very interesting journey. It's about to start as soon as you kind of like really try to forgive to someone. I know it sounds really kind of boring, oh, forgive and forget, but these are feelings, emotions and vibration and the energies that are really kind of preventing us to go forward in life, because it's kind of like you do not become wise within yourself. You do not level up on your spiritual journey. It's almost as if you are ignoring what you have learned so far by still kind of holding a grudges with someone. It's a very negative energy that was caused by the way of thinking, by not understanding that there is so much more beyond. There is so much more behind. You know, there is so much more to kind of like really release at this stage in your life, because when it comes to that particular situation, because it means that you didn't understand certain parts of your spiritual journey. And when you are able to forgive and forget, that means that you have spiritually grown, and that means that you are allowing yourself to go on the next level of your spiritual journey. So this is something that you need to do, my gorgeous Scorpione. And one more oracle card. One more oracle card, my gorgeous Scorpione. What is this week going to bring you? What is this week going to bring you? What is this week going to bring you, my gorgeous Scorpione? There you go. Action. Action is about to come back into your life. Absolutely brilliant. This is exactly what you need to do. You need to move on. You need to start moving on with your life. And that is going to require a certain actions. You know, that is going to require your energy. That is going to require this particular balance. Okay? My gorgeous Scorpione, very important week indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpione, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.